Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. One guy who's been getting it done is O.J. Mayo.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Warriors leading by 4, getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Ilyasova and Sanders in the middle. Knight and Mayo man the backcourt. And it's Parker in at the 3 slot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his second personal foul.
The Warriors have not shot all that well from the free throw line, 6 of 11.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, you look at how the Warriors have improved. Really a change in philosophy from years past. The new ownership wanted size for position and rebounding, defense, toughness. They've really established a nice foundation.
He's perfect from the line this time. And the first big move towards that size and defense for the Warriors was the trade of Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut with Milwaukee.
And like many trades, it was questioned initially, but Bogut has brought that toughness and interior defensive presence this team so desperately lacked, and the wins have really validated the Warriors' new direction.
And the jam by David Lee. Well, now they're just going to town on him.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Now, here is Knight. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Outside Mayo, beyond the arc, and that one's good.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
Warriors leading by 5. Outside Curry, the dish to Lee. To the inside, Iguodala, and he goes in for the dunk.
Punches it down with pop.
And rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Well, they're not backing off at all, are they?
The Bucks shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Knight kicks to Mayo. Feeds it to Ilyasova. Dishes it to Knight. The pass to Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Knight. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
And here is Curry. He's got 9. Lee sets a screen for Curry. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Larry Sanders picks one up. Well, looking at David Lee, you know, guys, the one thing that really stands out about him, and there's a lot, but a very well-rounded offensive game.
He's so mobile. He's an ambidextrous finisher around the rim. He can step out and hit that mid-range jumper. You know, the ability to use both hands kind of reminds me of you, Kevin, how you sometimes hold the mic in your left hand, sometimes with the right.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, one thing about Steve, he is observant. You know that. He doesn't miss much.
And so David Lee nails them both.
And David Lee is great playing off the ball in the pick and roll. He really is one of the very best at that particular skill. He can put it on the deck, handles it in many ways like a guard in 6-7 dribble situations, and with his passion, he can punish the defense for trying to help and double team him. Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Bogut with a screen on Parker. Bogut with a clean look. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And you talk about Lee's versatility. He can score with his back to the basket or facing up. A real triple threat from the high post.
High arcing shot, and Iguodala with the basket, the assist by Curry. And that's 13 points for Iguodala. Bucks trail by 9. Timeout called, the Bucks.
Call timeout.
Well, as you know, there are polls for just about everything in sports. Last year, Steph Curry was actually voted as the most trustworthy player in the league.
John Henson's checked in for Milwaukee. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He also wants his players putting pressure on the defense with early offense, lots of shots, and an aggressive approach in general whenever they've got the ball. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now here's Mayo. He's got 14. 2 on the clock. That one goes. Count it. Mayo's got 5 points now this quarter. You talked about trust in Steph Curry. It seemed he was able to trust his ankles a bit more last year.
Yeah, that has been a big concern. Repeated ankle sprains. Part of the reason the Warriors were able to sign him to such a bargain extension, but when healthy, clearly an all-star and all-league play.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
O.J. Mayo, a smooth long-range shooter with deep range. When he gets going, he can put up some big numbers.
Iguodala outside. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. To the wing on the left. 6 on the shot clock. Curry dishes to Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 16 points for Andre Iguodala. And Mayo, 6'4", coming into the league. Some thought he could play the point guard position.
Yeah, but he's not a great penetrator or playmaker, and those are two things you have to do as a point guard. I think he's truly a shooting guard.
Now, here is Knight. The 3-ball, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Here's Lee. 7-point differential. And there's the feed to Thompson. The 3-ball. And yes, sir, that one drops. Thompson's got 14.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Sanders. Lee with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Iguodala outside. Thompson for the triple. And it's Thompson again missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Henson slams it home for the putback.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement. They're generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
Here's Iguodala, following the score by John Henson. From outside the arc, and Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. And that's 19 points for Andre Iguodala. Bucks trail by 11. Mayo, the pass to Parker. Knight kicks to Mayo. Back to Knight. The Bucks working the ball around. And that one's good. Parker.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different. real soon.
Of course, they have to stay hot, but if they do, I think you're right, Clark, particularly if they can convert defense into offense.
And here is Curry after Jabari Parker made that last three-pointer. And Curry, here we go, makes it off the glass. Curry's got 11 points.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Now here's Mayo. 16 points for him. Henson sets a screen for Mayo. And it's Parker in the corner. Shoots. And the shot is long. Warriors leading by 10. Bogut with a screen on Knight. It's Curry with the drive. He used that pick to get in close. Curry's got 4 this quarter.
Man, an even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I know you know about how the basket can seem like it's 10 feet wide when you're in the zone. That's where they are right now.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
David Lee, very light on his feet for a big man. He played tennis until age 12, and that may have contributed to his mobility, but he can really move around the floor for a big man.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Lee. Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And then for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton's checked in for Sanders. Antetokounmpo comes in for Parker. And Jared Bayless subbed in for O.J. Mayo. Pass tonight. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Second personal foul.
And David Lee, tremendous feet and excellent hands for a big guy. Really good touch catching and finishing around the rim. Either hand, he's really an adept finisher, whether off the pass or on an offensive rebound.
Shooting 1.
And for David Lee, Steve, not just valued by his team for his play on the court, but also his presence in the locker room.
Yeah, good teammate. He makes a big difference in the community. Those things can really help and make a big contribution to team chemistry.
Here is Livingston. He feeds it to Barnes. Spates sets a screen. Thompson dishes to Spates. Can't get it to go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Knight with it. He's got 8. Henson the pass to Knight. And it's Bayless in the corner. Knight against Barnes. Henson's shot is off. Warriors leading by 9. And Thompson kicks to Livingston. Here's Barnes, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
His second personal, 13.
The Bucks making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
They set the pick. Here's Middleton. Barnes grabs the miss.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
That's good. Bucks trail by 13. Now Marshall. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Middleton. Offline with his 3. Golden State's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Spates with it, guarded now by Marshall. Here is Livingston. And here's Green outside. Rebound, Milwaukee. Middleton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Marshall dishes to Henson. He kicks it to Marshall. Pass to Middleton. Feeds it to Bayless. Wide open look. That's good.
Jared Bayless. Assist goes to Chris Middleton.
Warriors leading by 11. Here is Livingston. He dishes it to Barnes. Spates sets a screen. Thompson for the triple. And that one's good. Thompson's got 17 now.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Here's Middleton. Pass to Antetokounmpo. A baseline J. It's rebounded by Golden State.
You know, the Bucks really struggled last season, and it started with their offense. They just could not score points in an efficient manner and keep up with their opponents.
And that is good.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash-mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Livingston passes to Barnes. Here is Livingston. Kicks to Thompson. From outside the arc, another three for Golden State. What do you think about the Bucks and their offensive woes, Clark? They could have bursts of scoring, but over the course of a game, cold spells, droughts always seem to do them in.
And oftentimes, Kevin, that's just attributable to youth. It's not just a lack of talent, it's the fact that they were young. So sustaining that effort and concentration is really hard for young teams over the course of a season.
The dish to Livingston. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Warriors lead by 17.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
There's a minute left to play in the third. And Marshall kicks to Middleton. Dishes to Henson. The pass to Marshall. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. The shot's good from Bayless.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. They gave him a wide open look there.
Warriors leading by 14. Livingston dishes to Thompson. 32 seconds left to play here in the third. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Golden State. Milwaukee also making some changes. Ilyasova comes in for Jared Bayless. And Nate Walters subbed in for Kendall Marshall. Walters passes to Middleton. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
That's his second personal foul.
The Bucks have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
Walters taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And Rush kicks to Thompson. No good with the triple. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Warriors lead by 13. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Milwaukee with the ball. Trailing by 13. Iguodala and Barnes slotted in at the forwards. Steph Curry's out there with Rush, and it's Lee in at center. That's the Warriors 5. Here's Walters. Back to Mayo. Parker outside. 6 on the shot clock. Teardrop shot, and Lee pulls it down. Lee's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. And that is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Bucks trail by 15. Here's Walters. It's Mayo on the wing. And there's the feed to Walters. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And Parker, here we go. Second chance shot. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bogut's checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Knight's checked in for Nate Walters. And that one falls for Sanders.
Well, you always talk about what an incredible home court advantage it is for the Warriors here at Oracle, and that is not going to change anytime soon. This team is on another level in front of this crowd.
Now here's Iguodala. Pass to Rush. Curry against Knight. Tries it from the top of the key. Curry's shot is off. No matter the score in this building, Clark, the Warriors are always a danger to either come back in a game or explode for a big lead.
Kevin, because of their ability to knock down the three-point shot, they're never out of a game, and they can really explode and get away from teams. I don't know if there's a team that has that kind of firepower in the league from the three-point line.
Warriors leading by 10. And he lobs it up to the rim, and the slam dunk by Iguodala.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Mayo after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Ilyasova dishes to Mayo, just 5 on the clock. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one is on Rush.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors are really a team with gifted passers, especially in the front court. Somewhat surprising that they were only in the middle of the pack in assists last season and one of the worst teams when it comes to turnovers.
O.J. Mayo.
And one reason why the Warriors' assists might not rank that high, they did run a lot of post-ups and isolations.
They did. They like to attack on the block and off the dribble. Ball movement wasn't always particularly effective, but it seemed to me that the Warriors were at their best when the ball was flying around the perimeter.
Thompson, he's checked in for Brandon Rush.
You got it out. Make sure the pitch down there. I got shoot.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, the Bucks' combination of John Henson, Larry Sanders, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, a combined wingspan of over 22 feet. That's some terrific defensive potential with that group.
Now here's Iguodala. Curry kicks to Bogut. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, for the Bucks, you talk about Henson and Sanders and Giannis. All have shown some great signs early in their career, Steve, with the Bucks.
Yeah, at times it can be tough to predict which way the Bucks will go, but those 3 seem like an exciting foundation for the future.
He misses the free throw.
Boy, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Ersan Ilyasova in his 7th season with the Bucks, the only player drafted in 2005 who's still with his original team. But growing tired of the teams losing, it's rumored that, last season anyway, he asked for a trade. And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And the Bucks have only managed one winning season since Ilyasova joined the team. Easy to understand why he'd be frustrated. He said it always seems like the team is starting over.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Thanks again, Doris. Right side Curry. To the wing right side. Right side Curry. In low to Bogut. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And as much as Ilyasova might welcome a change of address, his play, Steve, fell off last season, perhaps making it harder for them to trade him.
Well, I heard there were offers and the front office was receptive, but apparently he was a favorite player of ownership and a feeling upstairs that he's a star in the making and a big factor in keeping him around. Now, the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face, couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, it made his height advantage count that time.
Bogut sets a screen for Curry. Iguodala outside. He feeds it to Thompson. Shoots. Lee trying to get open. And another basket for Golden State.
I'll tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Now, here is Knight. Parker outside. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. Back to Parker. Up top, Knight. Guarded by Curry. The shot by Knight, no good. Warriors leading by 15. Curry passes to Iguodala. He kicks it to Bogut. And another basket for Golden State.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now, here is Knight. Passes to Ilyasova. Parker outside. Sanders against Bogut. Sanders' shot is good.
Larry Sanders showing us some nice baskets here.
And here are the Warriors now. Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Iguodala with a screen on Mayo. Here's Curry with the three. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
That's good.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Thompson dishes to Lee. Curry setting the pick for Lee. Screen by Bogut. Feeds to Curry. This one for three. Another miss by Curry.
Boy, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
The kick out to Ilyasova. And the three off target.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question, and that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead. Some killer instinct he showed right there, exploding to the rim and adding to that lead.
His second personal, second team.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. He has 17 points and 10 assists also. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
Well, it really does seem like he's been one step ahead of everybody else out there, anticipating plays so well. Ersan Ilyasova struggling through a rough season in 2013-14, probably the worst shooting of his career, really. And his rebounding also fell off. Those were the strengths of his game. He's got to find it again. He's got to bring that effort and energy back to the game.
Now here's Iguodala, following the missed shot by Larry Sanders. Iguodala with a screen on Mayo. Thompson misses.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
And Ilyasova with a big contract now. He's had 2 very good seasons over the last couple years.
And Kevin, you know the question will be, was that the high water mark for his career, or can Ilyasova find a way to get back to that level of production? Time will tell.
Iguodala with it. He's picked up by Parker. Curry against Knight. Curry kicks to Iguodala. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's now 24 points for Iguodala. Knight for 3. Count the bucket.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Warriors leading by 15. Thompson outside. He dishes it to Iguodala. Pass to Curry. Kicks it to Bogut. Good D by Sanders.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
And Ilyasova kicks to Parker. Off target with his 3.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
There's the dish to Curry. Lee outside. The pass to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Outside Curry. And another 3 for Golden State.
That's his first three-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make one in the first half as well.
Knight kicks to Parker. Back to Knight. Dishes to Parker. And here's Mayo from beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Bogut's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Thompson right side. And good on the basket. Book it. Thompson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
You know, there's been some debate over the idea of the quote-unquote hot hand. One study implied that it actually doesn't exist. I always felt as a player that as soon as I felt the ball go through the hoop a couple times, I was much more likely to make that next one.
Henson checked in for Ilyasova. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Warriors coach as he addressed his team. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second-chance points. The second thing he talked about was working hard to get their shooters open. He wants them looking for those gaps on the perimeter and letting it fly whenever they find them. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Lee sets a screen for Curry. Lee, a screen on Knight. Thompson inside the line. The second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. And 12 points for David Lee.
Well, they really had it going on the offensive glass in that first half, but here recently they've gotten away from that. They've got to be aggressive in attacking that offensive glass here in the second half.
Now, here is Knight. Back to Parker. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. 16 points for Jabari Parker.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Guys, we see teams taking a more data-driven approach. Analytics now, a big part of things. You see that in the front office. And Steve, that brings in some new faces.
Yeah, in fact, in the last 2 years, over a third of the NBA teams have hired new decision makers. So only a couple played in the league, the majority being, more of the analytical type. So there's definitely been a sea change in terms of NBA leadership.
And for basketball lifers looking for roles in front offices, I think it's natural to feel threatened by the influx of more analytical minds. The feeling is, and I think it's an accurate one, that those analytical minds are favored because a lot of the owners come from a similar educational background in terms of being comfortable with numbers and wanting to measure things more and attach value to measurements as opposed to feel and experience of playing.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for the Warriors.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And you see the contributions from the role players on the team. And boy, what a game it was for Steph Curry. And a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open. Well, I don't think the math guys are going away anytime soon in the NBA. I think the best organizations kind of take a holistic approach. They incorporate advanced stats and cap specialists, but there's also a lot of thought in terms of players who fit and experience and youth. It really is kind of one big concoction.
And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 16-7 run. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Spates with it, working on Henson. And Spates gets it to go.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Henson sets a screen for Marshall. Here's Walters. Offline with his three. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were able to really help out your team on the offensive end. What enabled such a big night of productivity for you?
I'm just used to the pace of the game by now, and my teammates do a good job of finding me when I'm open, so all credit goes to them. I just catch and fire when I'm open.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Steph.